behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Paul Mash TV. Paul Mash TV.
Well, hello everybody, it's Paul Mash TV time once again. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got another great interview coming up for you momentarily. But before we get into that, there's that subscribe button and that bell. Just click that and you're always going to be notified on any new interviews coming your way. And always leave a comment on the comments section. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Paul Mash TV, which is our official page, and just feel free to like the page and inbox us there and comment on everything you see. And if you want to send us good old-fashioned email, you can. It's paulmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And it works not just if you're a band or a solo artist wanting to be on the show, but we enjoy listening to you if you're a fan as well. So if you're a fan, send us an email. We'll talk to you. And we're going to have all this recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. In just a moment, we're going to have Peter Tam from Vancouver, Canada. And I think you're really going to like this guy. And we'll get to that in just a second. And that'll start right now, so don't go away. Okay, it's time for interview time as promised. And with us from Vancouver, Canada, we have Peter Tam with us today. Thank you for joining us, Peter.
Hi, how you doing, Paul?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm glad that you could join us today. How did it come about for you to be an artist? I mean, because everyone has their own story about how they started. I'm sure you have your own story too.
Well, I've always been a piano player. I'm just sitting at my piano right now. But I've been in, engineering, computer system analyst type of work. So about, I guess just before COVID started, 2019, I went to a Juno Award. It's Juno is like the Grammys of Canada, and I was invited as a VIP and get to meet up with people like Michael Bublé and David Foster, and it was inspiring. So I decided that that's something I can do, to make a living out of it, and instead of just being a hobby. And so that's when I decided to start producing, writing, and spending 80% of my time doing it. So instead of, the other way around, a lot of musicians, they got another job and they spend maybe 20% of the time playing music. So I kind of flipped it around and then just, I had a lot of things to plan and worked out. I had road tours. I was going to go to England for a tour, the BC interior. So I have a lot of things lined up, and COVID hits. It's just like, so, and because I'm starting as a new artist, and at the same time having to kind of readjust the whole new way of doing things, I guess there's pros and cons. It's easier for me to adjust because I'm kind of just new to everything. But it's also a little bit more difficult because I don't have a huge following and a lot of material to present. And so it's, so, you just kind of have to roll with the punches. And but I think things are going pretty well right now. And it's, I still need a lot of advertising and get my music out there. But I think every time when I play a live show, people loved it, and it's very good encouragement. A lot of people actually come up to say to me, that, well, you should make this your full-time job. And I said, yeah, I did.
Yeah, and you do have a point there because you are really great at what you do, and obviously I've heard a couple of your songs, and I'm I'm glad to have heard them. What would be some of the influences in your life that helped motivate you to be the artist that you are today?
I grew up on a lot of Elton John,
Mm-hmm.
Billy Joe, Egos, Beatles, you name it, Pink Floyd. um, but what happened is that those are the music that I grew up on. But when I was younger, I was listening to a lot of my dad's music. So that's the jazz. That's the Frank Sinatra, the Nat King Cole, Louis Armstrong. So they kind of in the back of my mind, and it's just kind of creeping up, and which is great because now I am creating almost like a hybrid of singer songwriter, a lot of jazz influence in it, and sometimes maybe a little bit of a Elton John, Billy Joe style start, creeping up into some of these things. So so the writing actually, it's not completely, jazz standard, but nothing is really is. That's the whole thing about music. It's always evolving, and it depends on how artists are influenced. That's how you create hybrids and create new things. And so hopefully the music that I've been creating are subconsciously influenced by everything that I have heard. And but consciously, I try to make it as jazzy as possible. Jazz is something that you kind of have to work on consciously. It's I went to a when I was at the Juno Awards, I went to a songwriting session with David Foster and a couple of other people, and Alan Doyle. He's one of the major writer and singer from Great Big Sea. He Because he does a lot of folk music, which doesn't have a whole lot of chords. And then they were starting to play something jazzy, and then he had to stop everybody and says, "Wait a minute, you guys are playing adult chords." so, so that's I found that very funny because it is, because comparing between jazz and a lot of country folk, it's just crazy chords. It's there's nothing major. It's all like diminished and with a sharp 5, and just really, really, I shouldn't say difficult, but it's a little bit, it takes more thinking to wrap your head around it. But when it all comes together, it's just it's just a completely awesome thing. So and that's why that really attracts it attracts me. It's very challenging, and it takes more time for me to put songs together, because it's you really have to think about it. You really have. It's almost like a some sort of rocket science formula that you have to do some calculation on. So and so I don't put out a lot of songs very quickly, but when they come out, it's got some adult chords in it.
Okay, well, you did mention that one, John and Billy Joel and stuff like that. Obviously, they're legends, in the world of music, and so I'm glad I can understand how they influenced you. Why don't you tell everybody that's watching this right now, if they want to download your music or buy your CDs, if you have CDs available, tell us where we can go to get those. We'd love to hear that.
Well, everything's on Spotify, and you can just look for Peter Tam, Petertam, and I think I'm the only Peter Tam. Well, I think there's some Peter Tams on it, but it's my latest. You can look for some of the name of my songs. The first songs I published is called "Thanks for the Rain." So if you go to Spotify and type in Peter Tam, "Thanks for the Rain," then you find me and you find the rest of the songs. Or you can look for my album, "A Walk in the Woods," and that's the album title. It's got 7 songs on it. And again, you can find things, or you can simply go to my website, Peter at, no, my website is petertam.ca. It's a .ca because it's a Canadian website. So just my name, petertam.ca. And from there, you basically links for everything, the videos, the music videos, all the songs that it's published, and it's pretty much a central hub of information to everything, Facebook and so forth. And that's where I start, putting out different things. I try to do. I'm working on a blog right now about electric cars, because I'm going on tour and I plan to drive my electric car. And I just, 2 days ago, I did a outdoor show that has no electricity, and I use my car to power everything. So I'm kind of putting those together with the music, because it's another one of my interests. And I think it's just a fun thing for me to just, explore how, because that's a new fad. People are all talking about electric cars, and I know a little bit about it. So I thought I'd put it together and put some videos out and kind of put that together with the music. And so that's where you can go find everything. And I am planning to make a vinyl. But it's all back order. So on my website, you can pre-order it, but as soon as it gets out, I will try to do, give the publicity to show where everybody can find the vinyl album. So the album is going to be pressed on the vinyl.
Okay. Well, you heard the man himself. Go to those sites he just told you about, his official site, petertam.ca, and Spotify, and get his music. I know he would love you for that. And speaking of your music, just a moment ago, you were talking about Thanks for the Rain, and that's the music video we're going to be showing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the story behind that song? It's a really great song, and I think everyone would like to hear the story behind it.
Yeah, so that's the first song that I've published, and I worked with a producer named Andrew Van Slee. He actually produced Michael Bublé's first album, and so I asked him to produce it, and he did. And he put together musicians, saxophone player, and then we worked in a studio for a couple of days, and we put that song out. The song's all about gratitude. Most people, it rains here a lot, so it's inspired by this West Coast weather. That's rain. We have rain here. Where are you from, Paul? Where are you right now?
Well, I'm actually in Alabama, in the United States.
Okay, you probably don't have as much rain as we do, but here in British Columbia and the Vancouver coast, we're pretty much in a rainforest zone. And there are basically 10 months out of the year it's raining. So everything's got moss and on it, but which is fine. I mean, everything grows really well, and so it's inspired by this weather. And a lot of us kind of complains about it all the time. So but we do need the rain. We have forest fires going on and all that, and sometimes we shouldn't really complain about it. We need it. So the song is sort of like reflecting that in life. Sometimes we complain about things that we don't know, we had it so good, and we're still complaining. And so we need to have that gratitude and recognizing everything around us, even the rain is good, and a little bit of rain kind of helps, makes you appreciate the sunshine. Right? So that's what life is all about, and you kind of need to have that little bit of rain. So that's what the song's about. And the video, if you're showing the video, we shot that video on top of a mountain, and you probably see a piano. Got a grand piano up there. And now I'm not going to give the secret away. You're gonna have to go to my website to learn the secret of how that piano gets up on the top of the mountain. But it's yeah, I think it was I got a lot of people to help me with that, and it worked out really well. And that was the first. It's actually the mountain is sort of like right where I live. I kind of live on a hill and among the woods. So a lot of, again, the songs that you hear, they are inspired by just my where I live and my everyday life and everything that's around me. So it's that's, I guess that's how usually artists. I try not to make things artificial. Like I don't create songs about things that I'm not, inspired to I'm not feeling or being immersed in a part of. So all my songs and all the writing are really just coming out of me. That's just my everyday life and how I look at life. And the song "Thanks for the Rain" is how I see. It's my gratitude of things in life and appreciating the rain, that because after the rain we have the sunny days.
Yeah, and that is so true. And as I said a minute ago, I love this song, and I know everybody else is dying to get into it. And we'll get to that in just a moment, Peter. But thank you so much for coming on the show. We enjoyed having you. And if you have anything new to plug in the future, maybe we can have you back on sometime. We would love that.
Yeah, I'd love to chat with you some more.
Okay. Okay, well, let's get right to the video. Here's Thanks for the Rain by Peter Tam right here on Paul Mash TV. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
As the years go by, how lucky am I? I've never been hungry or endure any pain. Got a roof over my head to keep me out of the rain. I've had some difficult times, but somehow I got through. I don't think I would have made it without you. It's not gonna rain forever. Has been sunny for a while. Sometimes it has to rain to wash away the stain. So thanks for the rain, so I can cherish those sunny days. There's a storm outside, I'm warm and dry. Even when I am wet, I held my head up high. Be kind to people, even those who might hurt your pride. Life is what you make of it, every moment, every day. Try not to fight it and let love guide your way. It's not gonna rain forever. Has been sunny for a while, but sometimes it has to rain to wash away its stains. So thanks for the rain, so I can cherish those sunny days. what you make of it. Every moment, every day. Try not to fight it and let love guide your way. It's not gonna rain forever. It has been sunny for a while. But sometimes it has to rain to wash away the stains. So thanks for the rain, so I can cherish those sunny days. So I can cherish those sunny days. Those sunny days.